Kuna hii notion yenye nimesikia na imetrend. Nasema sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
Sijui wana sprinkle nini?
Knowledge. Coins.
When should this verification and background checks stop, in your opinion?
Never.
Hello and welcome back to the Crimeshield Podcast, the year 2024. Tuko kwa msimu wa Valentine's. We are Februarying in Valentine's. And there's been a lot of, chaos, mayhem, you name it. And especially targeted to women. What is this that is happening in Kenya? Why are we having a lot of, murder cases, femicide and all that? We want to tackle it at the Crimeshield Podcast in a very unique way, citing what could be the causes and how best we can protect ourselves against all these things. And to help us, go through that topic and deep dive in is none other than Mwalimu Rachel. Mlishangaa 2024 tunaanza on a high note. Karibu sana Mwalimu. You don't need any introduction.
I should have carried my bell. Yeah? Thank you, Kingsley. Thank you for having me on the
Asante. Karibu sana.
Yes, man.
Unaona ile shughuli inaendelea hii Kenya yetu?
I don't think as an adult I've ever lived through something like this. Mm-hmm. And I think now it's even hitting closer to home. Because, before we'd hear domestic violence, right?
Yes.
Not that we are condoning it, but tuko tunaona ni between bibi, bwana, watareconcile, wazee wataitwa, things will be cooled down. But what I'm seeing now, I've never seen before, ever.
Hivi tunaona kwa movie.
Yeah, exactly. This is like a Jeffrey Dahmer special, and we're all in it. You understand me? It's like these crime akina CSI and CIS cases. Alafu unaona this is happening in our backyard, in our estates. Imagine. With people we know and associate with probably. It's crazy.
Now, unajua kitu nani shock ni we're looking at it in a way that we are approaching Valentine's.
Yeah.
And people want to go out on dates. Wale wa chocolates washaanza ku budget wa maua and all that.
Spend on us, please.
Blind dates. Saizi watu wako kwa mitandao.
Yeah.
And that is like a huge sea where, anybody can cast the net. Yeah? That's why it's called the World Wide Web. So, unakuta, you can find easily, predators.
Yes.
They're out there. And they're able to use social media or whichever form of communication through the internet to get, unsuspecting ladies and even men.
Yeah.
I don't know, what's your take on blind dates?
First of all, I'm not on any dating site.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why I'm not. Not because I don't like them. I mean, it's a way of connecting in this modern age.
Yeah.
But I think the main reason that has stopped me from getting in there is because I am who I am. Honestly, it's because sasa nitaka picha and I could fake it. But if I put genuinely as a single lady out here in Nairobi, which I am, okay? And yes, we're looking for partners, we're looking for love, we're looking for intimate connections with people and a certain, those high value men also, right? We don't have enough time to go out and sit somewhere for them to approach us and such like things. You want to probably have a bit more control and decide who do I want, right? To even have a coffee with and get to know them better.
Kenya.
Unaona sasa. So, hizi dating sites ndio zinaweza saidia.
Okay.
But as for me, myself, and I, being Mwalimu Rachel, niingie huko, nitakuwa na trendishwa kesho kutwa kwa kina BNN. So I can't even do that.
Yeah.
But the other reason is because, like you've said and mentioned, who is there? People also lie all the time about who they are and their intentions. Yeah. So, not that also, because I meet up with you, Kingsley, today, that you show me also intentions. Unajua? So, hakuna guarantee pia. Hata ka dating sites, tunaweza sema kuna higher probability that someone could be catfishing and all that. Hata hii tukiwa na face to face, you could lie about your career, could lie about your intentions, could lie about so many things. So, we are just left out there. Now, when it comes to blind dating, we've been chatting maybe on Instagram, on the DM. And then we are meeting up, eh?
Kwa sababu si lazima ikuwe dating site.
Pia Instagram. In fact, I hear now the latest ni LinkedIn. And to be honest, I'm interested. I think that can work for me.
Where are we safe?
I'll not even lie. Wow. Because then I'm like, yeah, it will be somebody who is probably a CEO, whatever. So what I have heard and actually seen online, because I interact with young people quite a lot, even on the digital space, the Gen Zs are now, when they're looking for their wababas, they're looking for the CEOs, the moneyed gens. CEO, utapata wapi?
PO Box LinkedIn,
my friend. So hata mimi tuko hapo ndani. Siko manane. Anyway. So I wouldn't advocate for blind dates, but I can understand the way the world is today. Yeah. We are really limited in terms of how we are meeting people.
True.
But I would definitely tell someone, if I was meeting another individual and I don't know them, I would probably have my friend sit somewhere in a corner. Trust me, I wouldn't go alone. You can't go alone. Hey, me, I've watched enough movies. I'm a movie lover. I'm a movie freak. I'll go there with my sister, my friend, at a corner. Mwambie jifanye tu, nitakunulia chai ama ni juice, whatever. Kapo kwa kona, kunywa ukiangalia. Mimi nitamitu mse. Probably after an hour, if I feel I'm a bit safe, I'll give you like a signal or something. If I'm not safe, nipigie simu, alafu nijifanye, niko na excuse ya kutoka.
Ulifanya security course. Tuambie tu.
Movies saves lives.
Because you find, in this blind dates, and anybody can fall victim. Yeah. Watu watasema it's only the young, the teens, but anyone, it cuts across. Yeah. We've seen on Netflix Tinder Swindler.
Where? It's real out here.
It is a space where you can't really quantify and say that adversary atakuja na hii direction.
Hawezi mjua.
Yeah, everybody's trying to put their best foot forward.
Yeah.
And just to add on to what you said, when people go into blind dates, sometimes people shy away from sharing their location. What I'd add to your criteria is probably share with a friend that naenda mahali fulani.
Yes.
Nakutana na mtu fulani. Although many people watasema nakuja na mbogi na ni date. Safety first.
Yeah.
You need at least to ensure that your surrounding is safe. Na hii mambo ya watu kukutana mahali private, short homestays.
Oof.
On the first date.
Blunder. I personally am very much against it. And if anyone even suggests it to me, my whole body just shuts down. Like, I don't know you and you're inviting me over to your house. Let me tell you, even in this day and age, sadly, even if I've known you for like a month or so, I'm still going to be skeptical about coming to your home. You understand me? Because there, it is your realm. You know the inside and outside of that home. Me, I'm coming in as an outsider.
Yeah.
Sijui visu umeweka wapi na intentions zako ni gani towards me. Because people still can carry on a character for as long as it takes mpaka they fulfill their agenda. Also, it's important because this is something I started with my sisters. I've got two sisters.
Okay.
Moja younger than me by 10 years. Mwingine older by just 2 years. So me and my big sis, we're closer. But hata huyu mdogo, tumemropini ile by force by fire. She's a Gen Z, but we communicate like we are peers. Yeah? And we made a pact that it doesn't matter where you're going with a guy, whether it is a one-night stand or it is someone you know and you are hanging out with them somewhere, you have to let us know. We have a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So we chat and we let everybody know. Sometimes we even take a picture. I'll be meeting later. Maybe it's an acquaintance or, someone that you're getting to know, with the whole intention of dating or going out on a date. Yeah. You take a picture, you send it to them and say, this is the person I'm meeting, tutakwa east side, maybe we'll go later on to this club, but this is the person. And everyone in that WhatsApp group now knows. So again, you feel a sense of responsibility and safety. I've done my part, and I'll also get to know what my sisters are up to. Yeah, it's
very critical because watu wanaficha sana game paka, they end up losing their lives?
I think it's, you know what it is, Kingsley? Naona ni shame.
Oh.
Watu wanaogopa kujajiwa.
Oh.
Unajua?
And yet ni human nature.
Like labda mimi niko na my sis, right? Na nimemweka mahali juu. Unajua nakuanga na principles. So, but we forget ati labda anaweza kuwa na love interest, labda ako na msee aka sneaky link, you know. I mean, we're human beings at the end of the day, isn't it? So, tuache kuweka watu ni kama ni holier than thou, malaika, flawless and whatever. Let's accept that, they could be having their own secret lives, but because we make it a safe space for them to also show us who they are in their true color, in their freakiness, okay?
Yeah.
Show me, and I'll know how to handle you.
Exactly.
Then there won't be that point where they need to hide and lie and withhold information. So that's how we've been able to even be with, you know, our sisters, me and my sisters, like no judgments, whoever, even if you have 3 guys, 4 guys, whatever, tuambie uko na nani leo tujue. Yeah.
You know, that openness really in you know, integrity, just getting to know yourself in your true nature. That is what really can be like step 1, you know, from danger, you know, mitigating such kind of dangers.
True that.
If you're able to understand your situation and your surrounding and then communicate it to somebody who you trust, then that person can be accountable for you.
Yeah.
Na hiyo ndio kitu watu wengi wanaogopanga. Fast forward to, you know, like, I know you don't do blind dates, but your advice. Sasa tunaenda Valentine's.
Yeah.
Nataka tuchore roadmap ya what somebody somewhere who is probably going on a blind date should do. Ama unaenda kumit mtu for the first time.
Yeah.
Ni nini inafaa ikuwe ina run kwa akili yako?
Okay.
Yeah. Because you've done that. I've seen what you've done with the MRX.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of conversations that you've been telling people. And, you know, I've personally even learned a lot from your show. Just tell the Crimeshield fans on, right now that you're going to Valentine's, your girl, your boy, blind dates cut across.
Yeah.
Unajua watu wanafikirianga dates ni za ladies peke yake.
And I'm sure even the gents wonder, am I going to meet a crazy chick over there? Mwenye labda kona issues zake,
drama,
split personalities, and other conditions. Because, you know, nowadays, we're also having conversations about mental health. Yeah. So unaweza patana na mtu mwenye akona
psycho.
Ninio, inaitwanga nini? Wachana hata na multiple personalities. Ile mara they're hyper, mara they're ninio. Bipolar. That's the thing, right? And you wouldn't even know what is going on or what they're capable of doing at that point in time. So as you plan on going out on these blind dates, for the guys kwanza beba pesa,
I wonder,
my lord, I wonder. Beba pesa. So, treat that girl. Anyway, it's very important that you know that you're meeting in a public area, right? Okay. Like, I'm just going to think if it were me going. Public area is best. A nice, you know, restaurant, somewhere open, not in a private room, not at one of these, you know, too intimate settings, not in someone's house. That already should just tell you, no, don't go. Don't go. The other thing is get the details a bit. Like, at least get to know, yes, they may lie, but they may also tell you the truth, and it's information that your people will need. This is, say, your siblings, your friends, you know, your closed group of friends, their name, probably what they do. Okay, where are we going for our date? How long are we going to be there for?
Yeah.
That kind of a thing. If there's going to be a change of location, it's also important for you to know. Sometimes, we go on a vibe. The night is still young. Dinner has been had. Drinks maybe later. Hata wakati huo sasa mkichange location, alert your peeps that, okay, tumetoka hapa. I didn't have the plan to go to another location. But the vibe is vibing. So, kaende. This is where we're going to go at this club, tuseme. For my ladies, I mean, if you can get someone to be with you somewhere at a distance.
Bodyguard tu fulani.
Bro yako, best yako, you know, ako tu kwa distance ana cheki how things are unfolding. That is also going to help. maybe not for the whole duration of the stay while you're there with that person, but at least for some time, because you just never know.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, don't agree to be out also too late. I mean, if it's a first date also,
Yeah.
I don't want to be the moral police, and I'm not. I'm not going to be here telling you, don't go back to his place. Or, let your instincts also guide you, kidogo.
Yeah.
But if you are like me, who's also very cautious, you also want to take it slow. Usikwe na haraka. If really you want to date and you have the purpose of getting to know this person, the first date should just be casual, easygoing. Don't say too late. Don't get too inebriated also.
Yeah.
Alcohol will make you do things that
Hatari.
you ordinarily would not do. And it even makes you wonder, now why did I do that? End up at someone's place. You don't even know them well.
Yeah.
Another thing that I'm always on the lookout for is when we leave and then we join another group. Don't ever think that this group is your friend or they are your friends. You understand me?
Yeah.
Sometimes we get carried away. And most of the time, it's the girl who will be immersed into the bigger boys group.
Okay.
So you feel like, he likes me so much, he's introducing me to his boys.
Na kumbe ndo wamekutana tu hiyo siku.
Unaona. So, vijana pia usifikirie hawezi slip kitu ndani ya drink yako. Usifikirie kila mtu pale ni mzuri. So, starting from this person that you're meeting,
Stranger danger.
Yeah, stranger danger, maze. And now with this bigger group, don't leave your drink. Just assuming we're in this group, so we are all good here. I can leave my drink. Na niende na nirudi because at least I've spent some time with this guy. So and he's with these boys, so they're all looking out for me. No. You really don't know the intention, so be very careful.
Mimi naangalianga vitu in a way that probably people won't understand it, but the nitty-gritties.
Fine, mtu wa security bana. It is in your DNA at this point.
Let me surprise you. When you're going to a date, how many people make sure that their phones are charged?
Okay. There's that. I'm on a beba power bank.
Ndio. Umeenda una meet stranger. Na simu yako battery low. Ni landline. Ama desktop. Ukitoa kwa moto hivi battery imeisha. So it's important for people to always make sure when you're going to a blind date or even just a date. Make sure your phone is charged.
True.
And then setting boundaries. You brought it very clear. Set your boundaries. Kama wewe ni mtu umezoea strong tea kama mimi, stick kwa hiyo strong tea.
Kabisa.
Usiende uchanganyishiwe hapo hivyo coffee fulani hapo hivyo kumbe coffee is not coffee.
It's not coffee, it's something else.
Yeah. So basically knowing your boundaries and also studying your surrounding.
Yeah.
You brought up a very good point on, tagging along a friend. That is something that many people, don't practice. Informing your trusted person or your family on where what you're doing is very critical. Because you find that watu wengi sana, vile tumesema hiyo story ya shame, they don't want to share that info.
Yeah.
Just telling people that this is where I am, this is what I'm doing can really mitigate a lot of, issues.
True.
We've seen, I read at the Guardian, they were saying that there are 500 reported cases of femicide in Kenya since 2016, confirmed.
Goodness.
And it's not just statistics, because for me, I take it upon myself, the boy and the girl both have equal responsibilities to ensure their safety.
I agree.
Many people can sit and say that, what is the government doing about it? The big question should be, what are you doing to ensure your safety?
Only you can look out for yourself.
Exactly.
Only you. As in, when you think about it like that, the blame game will happen and it will probably be too late when you're gone.
Imagine.
That is the fact here.
Yeah.
You get. So, do you want to be on that other side where blame game in endeleo, gava, where were you? Oh, educate your son instead of whatever, talk to your girl child, educate your son. Wewe unataka kwa hii conversation wakati ishafanyika? Ama unataka avoid your situation altogether?
Approach yangu inakuanga mitigation number 1. If you are able to prevent these incidences from happening, then why not?
Yeah, man.
Another thing that I've learned over the years in security is have an exit plan. That is why you need to understand your surroundings. Unajua, exit hapa ni wapi? And exit, si lazima iandikwe exit It's just a way to safety. Unajua mtu atasema hii hoteli yetu haina exit. Ama pali penye nimeenda haina exit. Wakati unaingia kwa building, lazima you understand how that environment is.
Yeah.
Kama una drive, know where you're parking.
Yeah.
Na si lazima hata udrive off na gari yako. We have applications, taxi applications,
yes,
that can help you move from place A to place B. Which brings me to another critical point. Last year tena Mwalimu, kulikuwa na issue na a lot of these incidences happening kwa hizi mataxi companies.
Yeah.
Wanaume na wanawake,
Yeah.
both have become victims in these incidences. And it's part and parcel of this story. It falls under the GBV. It is a huge topic. Hata sijui tutai break down aje, but we'll try as much as we can just to bring out these places. These taxi hailing companies provide means of transport from point A to point B.
Correct.
But they have been changed to do something else. Umesikia tu story to story.
Kama gani, hebu niambie?
So we have this sijui niseme ni syndicate ama nini of people who ferry boys or girls to places. But now commercially, if you know what I'm saying.
You don't say.
Yeah. So unakuta rafiki yako anakuintroduce kwa rafiki mwingine ambaye anajua ikifika Friday, this is where I go. It can be two ways. It can be being dropped off and they can be drugs being ferried also. How safe are you? When you're talking about going to clubs and all these things, you need to understand. Vile umesema, the people who are there, kama uwajui vizuri, hata si kama uwajui vizuri, suspect everybody.
Yep.
Stranger danger.
Kabisa.
You're going to a place, wacha nikupe story sasa ndio uelewe, but in a different perspective. There was this lady who lost the husband. Wakati ali lose this husband, gari yake yenye husband yake alikuwa amemnunulia ilikuwa bado kwa jina yake, now the lady. So hakuwa anaitumia kwa sababu alikuwa na nyingine. So siku moja akasema wacha apeleke hii gari kwa mechanic. Akapeleka kwa mechanic, ikakaa over 6 months, 7 months. Iko kwa mechanic tujua haitumii. Huyu mechanic akaja, akauza hiyo gari. Without her knowledge. Na kwa sababu hayuko keen na hiyo area yake, siku moja kujiwa na Subaru ya Mambaru.
Where they just spraying bullets. Questions will be asked later. Oh my.
Kwa nyumba yake.
Oh my.
Gari yako ilikuwa ina smuggle drugs na ilikuwa imebeba vijana. Na katika harakati ya kubeba hao vijana ikagonga mtoto. Utajitoa aje kwa hiyo shida?
Oh my God.
So I want you to take up that kind of image and now bring it up now to your own personal life. Umeona huyu mama mwenye hiyo gari haku take time kujua where are my assets. Nilipeleka gari kwa garage. By the time wana find out ya kwamba huyo mechanic aliuza gari, it's too late. Same case na hata hizi short homestays. Watu wenye wana own hizi short homestays. Unakuta mtu ameenda amerent a place. Saizi wamepatia na guidelines.
Yeah.
Mtu amerent up space, imeenda hapo hivyo Kingsley is the owner of this apartment. But mimi najua kwamba mimi niko na kwangu penye naishi.
Yeah.
But sasa hii ni ya biashara.
Yes.
Mtu aje pale kwa hiyo building na unyama kama ile tumeona itendeke. Watakujia nani?
Ni
Wewe mwenye nyumba.
Mwenye nyumba.
Yeah. Umejieka kwa mtego yenye ungekuwa umejitoa. So it cuts across. When you're talking about stranger danger, it also brings to mind accountability.
True.
Be accountable for your own actions. As much as you're going to this fun places, you're going to the clubs, you're going to these restaurants, you need to be accountable. Mahali penye umetoka ni nini umeacha?
Yeah.
The people you're hanging out with, who are they? Because there are many people in prison who are locked because of things they knew nothing about.
Yeah. Oh, those stories are so sad.
Yeah.
By the way.
Na
Whenever those case files come up.
ukisikia Mwalimu hizo stories zote mingi, those people are arrested when they're having, their happiest moment.
That's what they say. Was it Denzel Washington who said, the devil will come for you when you're at your highest.
Angoje wakati uko chini.
At your highest. So you also need to kind of slowed down. Like those words really resonate with me. Whenever I'm seeing success is in nimejipanga hivi, yani too much favor. Yes, you thank God for favor and you see, hey, vitu zinaingiana. That is when you need to be extra cautious.
Exactly.
Extra. Because that's when the devil comes for you.
We're going to talk about, movement ya mtu from one place to the other. I want to really focus on that because in order for you to go to a place, paka ujue ni wapi unaenda.
Yeah.
How many people do a pre-visit? Mtu amekuambia, and we're talking about Valentine's.
Yeah.
Mwalimu umefanya pre-visit ya mahali.
Reki.
Unaenda kufanya reki. How do you do it?
Unless it's for the menu, so what's the most expensive drink? What you got? And the meals.
Yeah.
Actually, I've never, to be honest. I know we do a lot of that whenever we are organizing events. I mean, that space, entertainment and media. And there's always a recce that's done. But on a personal level, I've never done so. Imagine.
It's important.
Like, now you're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weenda, visit your place, know how the environment is. It gives you an upper hand. Huyo mtu mwenye alikuwa na kuinvite for Valentine's uje hiyo mahali. Si alikuinvite because yeye tayari anajua hiyo area.
Yeah.
So wako more informed.
Yeah.
So we itabidi ukamatpa na yeye by doing a pre-visit.
Okay.
Understand that surrounding.
Talk to the waiters kiasi. Maybe.
Nunua hata maji. Jua hiyo mahali iko namna gani. It gives you an upper hand. You feel some semblance of control.
I like that.
Yeah. So when you pre-visit a place, do your recce, it becomes an enabling factor for you.
Hey, from today. Hey, you better tell me that. Hey. Where are we meeting?
Hey. Yeah.
Nitakuwa naenda pre-visit.
Yeah.
Muhimu.
So there's a lot of things that we can talk about, and especially with homestays, with what is going on. But the big question is, according to you, what is the role that an individual can play when, meeting a person, not even for the first time, probably even you've been with somebody for some time, you've been talking, you've been meeting. When should this verification and background checks stop, in your opinion?
Never. Let me tell you, there's something my mom told me. I was just catching up on matters, relationships, men, and all that. And she said, let me tell you, you think that even now I can say I fully know your father. I don't. I may know a lot.
That's your mom?
That's my mother. Akasema, wezi jua mtu through and through. Because why? We keep changing. You're not the same Kingsley that you were 10 minutes ago. No. You see, how I was yesterday, I'm a changed woman today. We keep changing as human beings because of new experiences, just, growth, mindset, encounters, Yeah. So never feel that you can cast all care to the wind and just be like, now I've stayed with this person for 5 years, 10 years. Namjua. Tunaweza tu certain behaviors start coming up.
Inakuwa normal.
Enda fungua your file. Tafuta file yake mpya.
So you need to keep on suspecting.
Imagine, and that's sad, the sad situation right now, and the sad reality. Because look at even the statistics that you were sharing with me earlier, right? Yeah. Mostly it's in marriages, between husband and wife. Hapo ndo unaona wanawake wanauawa. Yeah. In their homes, right? While they are married, it is their husbands who kill these women. They have stayed with them for a number of years, probably, Very true. And then, I don't know what happens. Maybe the loss of a job triggers them, and then they become violent. So, I don't think there's a place where you can fully say, niko tu sawa.
Always keep your guards.
Yeah, maybe the degree will change. Certain things will change, yes. Yeah. But always be observant.
Kuna hii notion yenye nimesikia na imetrend. Nasema sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
Sijui wana sprinkle nini?
Knowledge. Coins.
And people are getting into this movement and all. I don't know much about it, and but
mimi sijui,
but what I've heard is that Basically, it's the good life. To what extent can somebody reach for that good life? Is it at the expense of your life to reach that good life? I always tell my viewers and my peers and my friends, ya kwamba, trust the process. I've heard you say it many times.
Yeah.
Trust the process. Tuongelesha our ladies. I'm sure mwalimu ukiwaambia watasikia.
Nakwambie, I'm always trying to look at two scenarios, yeah? When it comes to speaking to ladies. Because I get it. We all want that soft life. Trust me, Kingsley, I'm working hard now so I can have that soft life. So,
Yeah.
I know for a fact that we women are working harder now than we ever have in history.
Yeah.
When it comes to career, getting that life that we want, the whole independence,
Yeah.
vibe and everything. So I understand why a lady would say, you know what, me, I'm so done. Like, I'm tired. I've been that chick where I'm just like, yo, I'm tired. I want someone to come and just take care of me and all these expenses. I don't want to wake up at 3 a.m. thinking of all the bills I want to pay, Kingsley. I want a strong man who will go out there and fight with the world. Then come back in the evening. Pretty. And my job maybe is to just, make the homestead a nice place for my king. You understand me?
Yeah.
But having said that, it's also, yes, a very dangerous world that we're living in.
Yeah.
You have to really do your homework, even as you're trying to get that person to come and sprinkle on you.
That name is very interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You really have to do your homework. You have to do your research. You also have got to have something going on for you. And this is the part that I think, but even Sprinkle says it.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the ladies want to ignore that part. Unajua pia ni ile utatake na kile utawacha.
Wana filter.
Kuna vitu zingine pia nitachukua from Sprinkle zingine nasema hapana, that's not me,
Yeah.
But she even says, have something going on for you. Even you, be busy so that you can even afford to go to these places, to position yourself strategically, so that somebody can approach you.
Yeah.
All right? Have standards. Okay? Even you be like, me, I'm not here to just go home with you on day one. Know what you will say to get yourself out of that sticky situation. But still, let it be known that these are my standards and this is how I move. So if you will move like I do, then fine. We can meet somewhere in the middle. If you want very fast, Nini, I am not an escort. I am not a prostitute that you pay for that night. That's not who I am. What I want, yes, is a provider man. I want somebody that I can even be in a marriage with. Because she even advises, listen, there are those who want to get married. And if this is your goal, then you also need to have something going on for you. Even as we speak, Madam Sprinkle is over there endorsing big brands.
Imagine.
And she said, it's because I didn't want to work for someone. I didn't want to feel the pressure of going into corporate world. I want to have my thing. That's why she even started her YouTube channel. That's why she even started now even her merchandise that she's selling across the world.
Yeah.
So there is a way you can have it both, whereby you can still earn your own, earn your keep, not under the pressure of you have to be employed somewhere, still be married, have children, and live the soft life you've always wanted. But I feel the majority maybe of the girls who watch her videos just are focused on, I just want somebody to give me the money. If you listen to her, you're able to understand that it's bigger than that. It's about empowering yourself as a woman. It's about you having your own, but not, if you want out in terms of, I don't want to be 24/7 working.
Yeah.
Higher, sour. This is how you get out of it and get somebody now to come and put you in their home as a wife and have your things provided for, but you still have something small going on for yourself, so that you're also not, your life is not his life.
Okay.
You get me? I mean, she even talks about, listen, ebu usikae na huyu mtu wako 24 hours a day. Toka, go with the girls, hata ya kumiss. I feel, hey, ka jealousy kidogo, hey, mtu wangu uko wapi? Rudi sasa home, unaona?
Yeah.
I like the movement and like the vibe, but it comes with fully understanding who you are and also taking exactly what she's saying and not formulating something else. Sababu sasa watu wanajichanganya.
Selective listening,
yeah.
yeah.
Selective listening.
Ile yenye wana select labda si kitu. This is a huge topic, and nataka tuangalie reasons why tunafikaje tu hata kwa point yenye now we are having, you know, ladies yenye tumeona being killed.
Yeah.
What could be the trigger? Maybe on my own accord, labda, I can put it probably ni mambo to do with our environment and upbringing, the culture. Rationalizing these small things, tumezoea. Sometimes unakuta, and I've seen somebody's talked about it somewhere, I don't know, I've forgotten the name. But you find that tuseme in a couple setting, husband and wife, tuseme wife ameenda kwao, ameenda kushtaki the husband. Ati yo husband yangu amenisukuma ama amefanya nini? The first question, ulimkosea nini?
That's
you know,
always the first question.
Yeah. Or vice versa, of course. Okay, the men, kuna men pia wanapigwa, but for men they don't speak up. So unaona kila mtu akona role yake pale.
Yeah.
For me, I think one of the reasons is probably the upbringing and the culture.
Yeah.
We are letting these small ills to really, you know, accumulate to a point where now inakuwa ni vigumu kuitoa kama a certain you know, character.
Because imekuwa deep rooted sasa.
Imekuwa deep rooted.
Shika
mizizi kabisa. Na inakuwa ni vigumu sana kutoa. When somebody grows up as a child and sees that their father or their mother is being treated in a way that is not human.
Yeah, even being spoken to.
Yes.
Even those words.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, you know.
Because words now lead to action. Inaanza kwanza na verbal abuse pale, unaona, kwa hivyo ni kawaida unaweza tusi mwanamke ama mwanamume pale kwa nyumba.
And you get away with it.
Na anatoka na hivyo tu ndo ataanza kutusi watu online, aanze kutusi watu mademu huko nje. So it's
the culture. Ina make sense hapo kwa culture, isn't it?
Kabisa.
Because unaona, I really look at how, and I'm not saying that we have a culture of male chauvinist or feminist. I'm looking at a culture where we are not getting the in-betweens. We're not getting that balance. The balance where we are saying that this is the threshold of, you know, this is the far I can reach when it comes to addressing this issue. Because this is a very sensitive topic we're talking about.
Yeah.
So the culture that we need to be looking at right now is a culture whereby we say it as it is, but at the same time say it candidly but respectfully.
Yeah.
Sometimes, as you said, communication is really key. How you communicate information can really dictate how it is perceived by the other party.
Very true.
And we haven't yet built a culture where we communicate effectively. Practical example. Umeenda na unataka kutuma mtoto aende kwa duka.
Yeah.
We've seen this trending video yenye mtoto ametumwa, nisaidie mkati ya family na mayai 2. Akasema nipe mayai ya family.
We were also
na mkate 2, you get. So how you interpret information is really key.
Yeah.
For me, naona communication from the family setting. What we communicate really dictates the kind of generation that we you know, bringing up.
It's true.
Ukiongelesha, you know, when you go to a zoo, nasitaki kusema ati Tarzan ni movie too. I watch cartoons and I love the movie Tarzan. Tarzan was in the movie, alikuwa brought up in a jungle.
Yes.
And what happened? Hakuwa amejua miguu zake ni za kutembea.
Yeah.
Alikuwa anatembea na miguu na mikono. Why? Because of that environment. So if we change the kind of environment that we live in, it can pretty much dictate the kind of generations that you're bringing.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, it's while you were speaking, something came to mind.
Yeah.
That when it comes to even kids, right?
Yeah.
And how they are pale kwa playground. I have a son, and there have been instances whereby the girls have gotten a bit rough, and you'd expect it's the boys who are rough, right? So what happens in the instance where the girl is the one who pushes the boy? Normally, we'll tell him, wacha tu, wewe, ondokea.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
This girl is not going to be reprimanded. She's not going to be told, no, you can't do that. And I know many of us always think that it's from the boy to the girl when it comes to this violence and everything.
Yeah.
But let me tell you how now it comes the reverse. Because if, in this case, this boy all the time akipushiwa na msichana, akiwa bullied, anatemewa mate, anafanyiwa vitu zingine, na kila time anaambiwa, hey, boys are not supposed to react. Boys are not supposed to hit back, obviously. Boys are not supposed to push back and be, aggressive towards girls. It gets to a point, it builds up.
From a young age.
From a young age. It builds up, ile time ingine niliachilia yule akanifanya hivyo. Tena huyu mwingine. Every time it's always me taking that high road, isn't it? Then what's going to happen when they're teenagers? And now the testosterone is on a high. He's going to retaliate. And with a much extreme force than what probably the incident is about. Because of what? Ameshikilia ile hasira over the years since akuwe nini? Mtoi. And now anasema enough is enough. Alafu, before you know it, rage, anger, all these things, blinded by all that, can end up now doing all manner of crazy and very bad things in hurting this person. Because amesema enough is enough. So, now in that instance, and we really need to have these honest conversations, Kingsley.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm a girl, yes. And I will never stand for, men killing women.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, why the men are angry needs to be looked into.
The why.
The why. Maybe by the time this guy is hacking this woman, amemchukia na si yeye, ni all these years of anger and hatred.
In a pile up.
Yes. So if you look at, again, like what you're saying, pale nyumbani, what are we communicating to our children? Kingsley, gone are the days where we just say, if a girl does this to you, look the other way.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying tell your son to retaliate, but I'm saying have a conversation with the parent of the girl. And tell her, or tell the mother or the father, listen, this is what happened. This is what was reported to me. And let it not be shunned away from boys speaking about what is happening pale kwa playground.
Yeah.
That this girl said some mean things to me. This girl pushed me and I didn't like it. This girl was, amenitemea mate, amenipiga, amenislap. Because it does happen. And let me tell you, my eyes have been opened since I became a mom, and now my son shares these things to me. And I feel it is my sole responsibility to also speak on it. And I did have a conversation with him. I told him, you know what I'm afraid for you is if these instances happen quite a lot, you'll start being angry. And slowly you'll start hating women, girls and women. And then you'll take it out in extreme force when somebody will not even have deserved that rage. Yeah. So you need to, whenever it happens, let me know. And then I need to go and speak to the parent and be like, you know what, we know girls are delicate, but girls are also children. Yeah. And they may do some things they're not supposed to. Speak to your girl. Please arrest this situation. Let us have those honest conversations in our neighborhoods, because that is how the boy child anaanza kuwa na hiyo hasira and then takes it out on the next.
That's what we call in the military when I was there, chain of command. How you pass that information, and, as much as anapitisha ujumbe na akiona results out of it, then anakuwa more, inakuwa mazoea sasa. Yes. So that is an avenue where ana release the tension and now building trust.
Exactly.
Because what I'm seeing here is gradually, generally the boys and the girls, we lack the element of trust. paka inafika mahali we lack even the element of trust on ourselves, where we don't trust our actions. Sometimes it can be extreme. But what I'm looking at here is now the way you've said, things piling.
Yeah.
Slowly, they're piling.
Psychological.
Na hakuna mahali hiyo pressure inatoka.
Yeah.
Wakati imejana, now you can't contain it. When you're exploding, inakuwa extreme.
And boys are generally stronger now. Ongeza sasa hizo.
Testosterone ni mingi.
Ongeza sasa hasira hapo ndani. Chaos. Terrible.
It is something that, we really, as you said, we need to have frequent conversations about it. Because pia tuliona, sijui ni wapi, there's somebody who was battered because hako amepika ugali. Na akapigwa proper juu ya food. And these are things that, people make memes of. Sema Kenya kuna content.
Yes.
People just brush it off.
Kenya tuhami.
Content imejaa.
Yeah.
But now how do we now work on it slowly and steadily to make sure that we indeed are building a generation where people are, open, but they're communicating clearly what needs to be done.
Yeah.
We've highlighted on levels of protection. Tumeangalia vile our individual roles should be. Starting off from when you're going to these blind dates, we're in the month of love, the month of February. Let's look at when you have known somebody for some time. And, tuseme moja ako kwa hii county, mwingine ako kwa county ingine.
My long distance. Can never be me.
Huyu amesema hii weekendi ama kwa sababu we are in the month of love. Safiri kuja mahali penye mimi niko. Na kwa sababu hutaki kuja kwa nyumba yangu, tuende kwa short homestay.
Okay.
What can somebody look into? Mmejuana na wewe mtu.
System team. Haki si tutaenda tu. Sasa utafanya aje na unapenda huyu?
Unapenda umse.
Utaenda tu ukihope that akuendi kuharibika huko. I'm hoping right now with the measures that have been put in place, it's going to give that layer of, protection where somebody knows they have to leave their ID and register, put the details in and whatnot, CCTV cameras. You still have got to say, where you're going to be even as you travel out of town. Hata kama unajua huyu mtu. Na pia unajua a lot can also happen along the way, kwa barabara. So it's always good to, again, talk to your peers, your friends, your siblings, and let them know, I'm going out of town. I'm going to meet my person at this place. This is the place we're going to be staying at, and all that. You still have got to have that, individual responsibility. And then you just hope for the best.
Unaachia Mungu.
Tunaishi kwa, it is my grace, bwana. Sasa utafanya nini? Unless you have more things you can add on to that. Sijui.
So, vile mi usema, like, naongezanga vitu zenye probably atuangaliangi. When you're going to a place, and that place is new to you, travel light. Rola.
I packs like for 4 people for one day.
Travel light. Traveling light haimaanishi ati unabeba, the period of time that you'll be there. So unabeba vitu zenye zitakusustainisha pale.
Okay.
As you're doing that, also know what you have carried.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more. What do you mean?
Wewe jua unabeba. So unaenda pale umebeba iPad yako, uko na simu yako, umebeba laptop ya job na laptop yako personal, umebeba viatu sijui pea ngapi, nini, ni baggage. So taking stock of what you're carrying when you're going to those places, inakusaidia kuwa focused on yourself.
Okay.
And also understanding the surrounding your place unaenda. So traveling light inasaidia sana. Because when it comes to getting away from situations that probably are not, not working well, you don't stand to lose a lot of things.
Okay. Kamata hiyo bag yako ukitoka.
Kama umeenda.
Mbio. Okay.
Then sharing information. To what extent do you give that information about yourself? Because mtakuwa pale for long, but how are you protecting your information? Because information is power.
Yeah.
So you find you're going to meet somebody that probably you've known for some time. This is a person you've been with, but you're more comfortable.
Yeah.
But you still have the onus of protecting that information.
Okay.
Personally identifiable information, PII, is very critical. Usishare tu information, unasema paka vile una save hapa, huwa unafanya hivi, these are my plans za kufanya nini.
Unaona hata sprinkle anasemanga hivyo. Nakwambia.
So protect
Biblia yetu.
Protect your information.
Don't tell them everything.
Yeah. It goes both for the men and the ladies as well.
Yeah, true that.
Protect your information because huyu mtu akiwa na information about you, then akona power.
Kweli.
That is where unasikianga blackmail.
Yeah.
Unaona?
Kwanza.
Sema.
Umenikumbusha kitu. You know, when you go to some of these ninis, like you've said, short home stays, and then this person probably utampata hapo.
Yes.
You don't know kama ameweka hidden cameras. Tutajuaje jamani Kingsley?
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, Maina. Umonge story of blackmail. Ukanikumbusha for especially those of us in the public figures.
Yes.
We're public figures. Of course, kuna wale ambao wanaona this is my chance to now get intimate photos, videos, compromising situations that I can now use to either. Sometimes it's just so that she never leaves me, right? And sometimes it's for money. What do we do? How can we tell jamani? Nianze kuangalia through, niangalie corners kama kuna hidden cameras, nanny cams.
Basically, nilisema paka ukuwe na leverage. As much as wanasemanga get out of your comfort zone, when it comes to safety and security, you need a place where you're comfortable. Because that is your personal responsibility.
Yeah.
Umeambiwa kuja mahali fulani outside the county that you're comfortable with. Inform the people who are there. Get to know. Because I'm sure hii Kenya huwezi kosa classmate wako ama rafiki wako wa kitambo mwenye kwa mahali fulani. And before you plan, isikuwe kitu spontaneous. Akuambie in advance.
Okay.
And the places that you go and you choose, hizi ni mahali ambapo, make sure wanafuata hizo procedures zenye zimekwa. Because it's called plausibility. You're able to trace back.
Yeah.
Umeenda mahali kwa homestay. Na hiyo mahali hiyo mtu ameweka hidden camera. In case anything happens, then that facility is liable.
Yeah.
And that is why the government was saying that ni muhimu sana uweche, pass through those checks and all that. Definitely uwezi ingia kila saa una sweep for cameras because number one, it's expensive. Number two, sio kila mtu anafanya hizo vitu.
Try me.
Yeah.
I think I need to have a kit. Wale, ile mna switch off lights mnaangalia tuna neon lights.
But kuna hiyo mambo na GDPR, the data protection and all that. Inasaidia. People think you only report incidences that are physical in nature.
Yeah.
Intellectual property. Somebody taking your photo without your consent is a criminal offense. And people need to understand that. Yeah. So wewe umeenda hiyo Valentine's yako kwa homestay, but you need to understand ya kwamba wewe ndio utaamua kujiweka in a position of power ama wewe ndio utajiweka in a vulnerable position. So be very clear on the kind of areas you will allow yourself to go.
Yeah, okay.
Na sisemi ati sasa unakuwa mgumu sana, unakuwa choosy and all that.
Mimi nakuwa choosy mbaya. In fact, I am the one to pick. Not you. Me let me pick. Let me be the one to pick where we're going to stay.
That can work. Yeah. That can work. So at the end of it all, it is all about leverage. Buying yourself leverage so that you're putting yourself into a position where you are, number one, aware of your surroundings. Yeah. Number two, you are in charge of your own safety.
Got it.
So umeona mambo ya kusweep hapo hivyo hakuna. Then the reason why nilikuwa nasema travel light. Keep your valuables secure. So uko na bag 3 na unaenda mahali tu for one day. Umebeba zile travel bags 3. Ni ngumu, si ndio?
Nothing for me direct bwana. You're not even trying to cut through corners.
Na lazima tu hit hizi points direct. So lazima make sure kwamba your valuables ziko in check.
Yeah.
There's this habit of people leaving their valuables behind every single day.
Akira ID, passport, pia, you know.
Viatu, manguo.
Yeah.
These things can really bring you into trouble.
Okay.
For example, uko kwa hiyo homestay. Ulienda ukaacha t-shirt pale. Mtu mwingine aje kwa hiyo homestay.
Yeah.
And then an incident like the one that happens. Watapata t-shirt ya nani?
Yako.
Wakati wanafanya DNA forensic,
Sini yako bado itapatikana hapo.
placed you on the scene. And that is why everybody has a role to play. Mwana vile hii topic ni wide.
Hey.
Hii topic ni wide.
Yeah.
So lazima tu understand ya kwamba kila mtu ako na role yake ya kucheza.
Well understood. Damn. We're about to be very, very, untrusting.
It helps.
As women.
It
So
helps.
everyone is a suspect.
Suspect everybody. Stranger danger.
Yeah.
If there's anything that, you can pick from this conversation is stranger danger. Okay. Understand. And remember, stranger si ati mtu meet for the first time. A stranger can be that person you've been with for the rest of your life. And as a stranger because their character can become, unlike them. So you need to understand them and create a pattern of your own measures. That way unajiweka in a position of power, in a position of accountability. And that's what we're talking about.
Awesome.
We can talk and talk and talk, but mimi nataka utupe tu parting shot yako, and then I'll give you, some little bit of education on one matter ya security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What is your parting shot, Mwalimu?
Wow. Hey, I'm trying to get just one. So let me, with everything that we've discussed, life is beautiful.
Yeah.
Life is for the living. You are allowed and you're supposed to enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Especially for those who are young, in their thriving years of life, when you're a youth. And you are, at this point in time, supposed to really experience, right? So that as you get older, you're able to make now informed decisions because, something similar I went through. Yeah. This was the outcome. I know better now. It's a time for growth. I know it's a time to experiment. It's a time to have fun. It's a time for all that. But we also cannot ignore the fact that we're living in very strange times, very insecure times or unsecure times. So we still have got to put our guard up. Like you said, stranger danger. But let us not also move or be afraid to live. Yeah. I'm thinking of that young girl who's now saying, hey, I'm never leaving the house. I'm never going to try and get any human connections and all that. We still need each other. No man is an island. No woman is an island. But let's be very cautious out there as we still enjoy and live our lives to the fullest. Because in doing so, networking happens. Yeah. Careers, take off. You're able to discover more about yourself. You're able to embrace life and all the beauty that surrounds us. So it's not all doom. Yeah. But we have our sole responsibility to make sure that we try and live to the ripe age of 90 and 100.
The bonus years.
If you want to get to those bonus years, there are those practices you'll have to put in place now that will carry you through to your later stages in life.
Wow. Siwezi kubali utoke hii show kabla ni kueducate kitu moja security.
Tafadhali.
So there's something called CPTED. CPTED is CPTED.
Okay.
CPTED in full is crime prevention through environmental design. You can design the environment hata ya nyumba yako kukusaidia kuprevent a lot of security issues.
Right. Like panic rooms and all those things.
Hakuna hata ukiwa kwa studio CPTED can apply. Unaona kama uko kwa nyumba yako ama wacha nikupee mfano na napenda kutumia mfano. Kwa nini ukienda kwa supermarket mkate inakuanga uko mbali. Alafu huku hivi mbele ni maswiti.
So that by the time unaenda huko nyuma, unaangalia vitu zingine along the way that might want you to spend more.
Sasa hiyo ni on the marketing perspective.
Got it.
On the security perspective, you are able to ensure that you are able to trace that movement of that particular, person. Many people will want to buy mkate. Many people want to buy unga.
Basic,
many people want to buy maji.
Yes.
So wanaziweka huko hivyo mbali. So in case kuna issue ama threat, the critical asset pale kwa supermarket ni pale kwa counter because money is changing hands.
Correct.
So you don't want to put mkati on the counter because you'll have a lot of people there, then increasing your risk.
Yes.
So they have applied crime prevention through environmental design to ensure that they are making...
Wow, fascinating.
So kwa nyumba yako pia, you can be able to put it in a way that you are safe and you're secure. With that said, how can you do it?
Yeah.
So nikupe tu mfano. Kwa bedroom, si kila mtu ataingia kwa bedroom.
Yeah.
Those are things that need default setting.
Kabisa.
So from how you've situated your bedroom in your household, that is tayari sifted. From how you're walking in, uwezi chukua viti za ama living room, uipeleke bedroom. Because ukihama kwa nyumba ni rooms tu.
Yeah.
Kwa nini hatupeleki bedroom ndio ikuwe sitting room?
Yeah.
So you've confined yourself in a way that the common area is the living room.
Yes.
Hata kuna wengine wako na porch nje.
Yes.
So how you organize your home the way you want it is part and parcel of crime prevention through environmental design. Si lazima ukuwe mtu wa security ndio ujue hizi vitu. Tayari you are practicing it.
Yeah,
kwa sababu bedroom yako iko sitting room.
Ni ukweli. Ndio mtu tu akiingia sikupate hapo amefika.
So hiyo ni crime prevention through environmental design. Mwalimu, I am so happy that you made time from your tight schedule.
And
so also siwezi taka utoke kabla useme kitu about MRX Media.
Thank you so much. This has been a wonderful, insightful conversation that we've had. So probably through conversation you've heard me talk quite a lot about young people.
Yeah.
And I'm very passionate about young people. Because having been in the environment, I see them, I hear them, I interact with them even on my radio show, on Energy Radio. So out of that, I started this company. It's an extension of the Mwalimu Rachel brand.
Okay.
So MRX is basically Mwalimu Rachel experience.
Aha.
Okay, let's start from there. Sometimes people say Mr. X, Anga K, Anga no. I'm like, no. Mwalimu Rachel experience. Wow. Why? Because as a person, I always want to live that experience. I'm an experience.
Yeah, free life.
Yeah, exactly. So I want young people to, yes, experience life to the fullest. But as you do that, you're probably going to need some help along the way.
Okay.
Help that we, and I speak for myself, I really needed and I didn't quite get. So out of that hunger and thirst for, I wish somebody walked this journey with me, I started MRX Media Limited. So what do? We empower young people through 3 pillars. That is mentorship, financial literacy, and talent development.
Wow.
I feel these are very, very key pillars to young people, and especially in today's day and age. Mentorship is really being sought after. We need to have more people like you, Kingsley, who gets young people to be in his team, and you're able to mentor them, just giving them a word or two. Being part of this environment is mentorship, you see. When it comes to financial literacy, man, we are lagging behind as a continent when it comes to talking about money to our youngsters. It should even start from kids. That's why we used to see this quite a lot in all these movies, lemonade stand, okay? And there's a 5-year-old, 6-year-old selling lemonade. Wow, wako mbele, washaambiwa about how to sell, how to market, how to get customers, how to become entrepreneurs. They don't rely on employment. They come up with their own ways of doing things and starting a career for themselves. So how can we kickstart that for our young people? Okay? So financial literacy, very important. For matters, understanding money and how money works, how money can work for you even when you're sleeping, passive income,
Yeah.
getting those levels of now investing. And you don't have to have millions to invest. When it comes to mambo ya shares and bonds and all these things, do you know what those are? Money market funds and all that. Information, like you said, is power.
Yeah.
But many of us hoard that information. And maybe we think, mtu mwingine atanipita, I share that with them. The cake is big enough for everyone.
Yes.
And then the third pillar, talent development. Kingsley, like if I could ask you, what were you really good at in high school?
Sports.
Sports.
Yeah.
Okay. What sport did you play?
Rugby.
Rugby.
Yeah.
Did you pursue that later on?
Yes, I did.
In college, university?
Yeah, I played rugby.
You played.
Yeah.
Did you play professionally? Zile za mpaka mnawekwa kwa timu mnalipwa na vitu kama hizo?
Yeah, I have some bit in Kenya team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Higher. Now, we tend to ignore those gifts, God-given talents,
Yeah.
once we say join campus or leave campus. Because we think, you look at two pastime activity. So now I really need to focus on paying bills, getting a job at 9 to 5. We forget that tulishapewa cheat code, jameni, that higher power. Alishatupatia gifts with us that we can either turn into a career. It won't be easy, no.
It's a journey.
But it's a journey, but it can be done. For me, I mean, I was in music fest, drama fest, debate, all these things.
Yeah.
And that really crafted the person that I've become today, a people person. I love people, love engaging. I'm not afraid of speaking to thousands upon thousands of people on stage. So if we are able to harness that with young people and show them that, because in this age of the TikToks and people being discovered online, that talent of yours is what is going to enable you to make a living for yourself, is also going to now get you to a step further to inspire others to pursue and not be afraid to show their true colors. You remember what I was talking about, shame and embrace your crazy, embrace who you are, and that is going to help you to live free. You see? So that's what we're about. In fact, we have an upcoming event on the 17th of February. Please come through. We call this MRX sessions. And we are bringing together young people at Roe Allen Scouts Camp.
Okay.
And iko hapa showground.
Okay.
Yeah? Hapo Kibera Drive.
Yeah.
And one, we want young people to meet outside the social media space. Please, let's
tunaacha masimu nje.
Well, watabeba. Lakini wacha tupatane face to face. Let's network. Let's get to see how we can even collaborate, come together, start a podcast. Let's come together, do something, similar interests. We can create something. More to that mentorship aspect where I get to speak to them one-on-one. They've been in my DMs, in my emails, and they want to have a moment with me. Sometimes that's not possible, but I'm opening up that, space so that they can come to me and tell me, you know what, this is what I'm going through. How can I tackle this? So a Q&A session. And then have fun. We're going to have fun activities, physical activities. Kama ni kurace, kama ni, just fun activities za ku-engage na ku-enjoy like the team, outdoors. Because it's an outdoorsy, experience. So the charge is 1,000 bob. Now this 1,000 bob will cater for transport from town to the venue, and from venue to Tao, and then pia chakula, because hapo hivyo kuna mpishi atatupikia pilau mzuri sana hapo kwa hiyo sprinkle Salt Bay. And also cater for now the fun activities that we're organizing, just the day. What I love about this session, Kingsley, is it's not the first time we're doing this. We started doing this even before COVID. We get the talent from within. It's by young people for the youth that are there.
Okay.
So even the DJ, itakuwa ni msame young, labda hata hajulikani, atapata fursa ya kuja ku DJ. Kama ni the coordinator, MC for the day, it is the young people. The entertainment, the young people, where they come in and also showcase their talent.
Yeah.
So they run the show. Me, I'm just there to supervise. So
Nitakuwa
yes,
pale.
please come
Nitakuwa
through.
pale.
Please come through. And you can make that payment on our till number.
Yeah.
So the till number, buy goods till number is 378787.
Tutaiweka chini pale.
Please do. Jina itatokea tu hapo MRX Media Limited.
Safi.
And make that payment come through, happening on the 17th. That's on a Saturday, 17th of February.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
there we have it. Crimeshield fans. Mwalimu Rachel is amazing. His story hata tujafika hata quarter. And I'm sure we'll have this engagement from time to time.
Yeah.
If you have any question, any suggestion, put it down in the comments. What is your take on taking charge of your own safety and security? What role can you play according to the things that you're seeing? And as we always say, if you see something, say something. And as always, see you next time. Keep it Crimeshield.